पानी।
जी, वेट फॉर ए व्हाइल। 1 2 3। माशाल्लाह जहीर साहब, आपने तो पूरा सेटअप बना लिया है। चेयर वगैरह ले आए हैं। इस पे पढ़ने का ना है, मजा आता है बैठ के। आपकी आवाज नहीं है, पहले अनम्यूट कर लें फिर बात करें। पहले अनम्यूट
यस
करें
सर।
फिर बात करें।
सर
हाँ, ये आज ही लेके आए हैं।
नहीं सर, ये पहले से थी।
अच्छा, लेकिन
पहले
कभी
तरह वो
यूज नहीं
बाहर
किया
क्लास।
आपने।
जी, पहले बाहर क्लास ले लेते थे, अब गर्मी ज्यादा हो गई है।
अच्छा अच्छा।
इस वजह से फिर ये
हम्म।
बाहर बैठना
सही
मुश्किल हो
है।
जाता है सर।
तो मैं भी कल एक्चुअली लेने गया था, लेकिन मुझे यहाँ से ना मिली नहीं। आ,
यस सर।
आ, वो ना लकड़ी की ना चेयर, वो पूरी होती है। ये
हाँ।
एक्चुअली इसमें
बिल्कुल।
ये ना, मतलब हीट अप हो जाती है ना। थोड़ी
यस
थोड़ा
यस।
बैठे तो हीट अप हो जाती है। तो मैं कल लेने गया था, लेकिन आज मैंने कहा है किसी को कि वो ना मुझे मंगवा के दें। जी।
यस सर। ये रैगजीन होती है ना सर।
वो आपको
वो
आपको
वैसे
दिखाएं।
हीटर होती
जी जी। हाँ, ये बहुत ज्यादा मतलब हीट हो जाती है इस पे। तो हमने तो फिर आगे, मतलब कि गर्मियां आ रही हैं, बाहर हमने निकलना कोई नहीं, पहले भी कम
है।
निकलते लेकिन गर्मियों में तो बिल्कुल नहीं निकलना। तो सारा
यस
दिन
सर।
फिर चेयर पे ही बैठना है। तो चेयर
बिल्कुल सर।
ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि आपको फिर परेशानी ना हो। ठीक है जी।
यस सर।
चले, मैं आपके साथ स्क्रीन शेयर कर दूं। क्लास नंबर 31 है जी। चलें जी। जी, बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। Allah's name I begin with the most compassionate and merciful. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Advanced trainer skills, class number 31, advanced error analysis in writing and speaking. Right? We will talk about writing corrections in writing and speaking. Okay? What are the class objectives? By the end of this session, the trainees will be able to identify and classify errors in IELTS writing and speaking, analyze errors at both basic and at advanced level. Next, apply effective correction techniques. For provide structured and band oriented feedback. Next, improve student performance through targeted error analysis. Right? आगे चलते हैं. So these are the objectives. Types of errors in IELTS. So there are major 4 types of errors found in IELTS tests. Number one, grammatical errors. Grammatical errors. First one is grammatical errors. So incorrect tense usage, subject verb, agreement errors, incorrect sentence structure. So these are major errors with respect to the grammar. Number two, lexical errors, limited vocabulary. You are going to use again and again the same words, incorrect word choice. You are going to choose the words which are actually incorrect. Repetition of simple words. Again and again, you are going to repeat all the time simple words. Number three, coherence and cohesion errors. Poor paragraph organization. lack of logical flow, incorrect use of linking words. Actually, I will discuss, step by step, so I'm gonna move very fast. Task response errors, misunderstanding the question, incomplete answers, and irrelevant ideas. So these are the major mistakes. Yes, you can have screenshot. You will be given its thing as well. And now, uh, errors analysis in writing, common writing errors, weak introduction or conclusions. In the start, the introduction is weak, or in the end, by the ending, finishing line, the conclusion is weak. Lack of clear topic sentence. You must write the clear topic sentence, right? And I have already told you about these things. Poor idea development. You are going to develop the ideas that is poor. Limited vocabulary range. Frequent grammatical mistakes, right? So, analysis approach. Number one, identify type of error. Determine severity. Is the mistake very severe, or it's very, light mistake the student is making? Number three, evaluate impact on band score. Then evaluate the level of mistakes and its impact on the band scores. Definitely the students are making the mistakes and they will be affecting the band scores. So you must evaluate the impact, those mistakes on band scores, how much they will impact or affect the band scores. The next one. Sentence, for example. What is sentence? Many people is using internet for study. Here, analysis. Grammar error. What's error? Subject verb agreement. So it's a minor lexical issue, but the mistake is there. For example, the correction is many people are using the internet for study purposes. For study purposes. Minor lexical issue is there. For study, instead of, this is a lexical issue. For study, you can write for study purposes. So many people are using internet for study. Many people are using. So is wrong. So this is analysis. Analysis is, it's a grammar error. It's error based on subject verb agreement. Okay. And now, because you will be teaching your students in two modes. One is online, the second one is offline. So for physical classes, applicable written correction on student work, you have to write actually on the registers of the students what the mistakes they are going to make. Group discussion of common errors. And if you have so many students in front of you, then stand on the whiteboard or whatever you have got in your classroom. Write those major mistakes or common mistakes on the whiteboard and tell them these are the mistakes which the students are making. Right? So professional principle, what's that? Writing errors should be analyzed in relation to band descriptors. Now, how many mistakes they have made and what is actually the magnitude of the mistakes, and accordingly you must have decide the band scores, right? So I have already told you about what will be the band scores, and I think it was the third lecture or fourth lecture like that. So I have told you how to so right. So now, so professional writing errors should be analyzed in relation to band distance. And I'm already guided you guys about the band descriptors. And I think it was lecture 4 or 5. I'm not very clear about that, but you must watch again. Now, errors in speaking, error analysis in speaking. So common speaking errors, lack of fluency. Again and again, the students are pausing and they are hesitant to speak fluently, naturally. And they're using limited vocabulary. Pronunciation issues are there in their speaking, in their speech, in their spoken English, and the grammatical inaccuracies. They're using the grammar which is actually the inaccurate. So analysis approaches, observe speaking performance. I have already told you guys that it's, on speaking, you have to use qualitative analysis, qualitative approach you have to adopt for speaking. Quantitative analysis or quantitative approach is applied in listening, in writing, in reading, and writing, on in writing or in speaking. You will use or you will adopt qualitative approach. Identify recurring errors. And now identify what is or what are the errors the students are making again and again. So the mistakes which the students are making again and again, it's very easy to eradicate because you have to tell them one rule, and so many mistakes at the same time will be having correction. Evaluate communication effectiveness. So you would tell your students how effective you are in your speech right now. Good. Yes. Did you understand? Write in the chat box. Is it clear? You can write in the chat box CLR so that I can move forward. Write in the chat box. Clear. Okay. Right. It's clear. Thank you for that. Student response. Now, for example, student response. What's that? Yes, clear. Right. So, I go yesterday market and buy fruits. So, now analysis. It's a grammatical error. Tense error is there. Missing articles is there. Fluency issue is there. Because I go yesterday market and buy fruits. So, I go yesterday. I went to the market. Missing articles. Went to the market. Yesterday. If it is yesterday, then definitely it's past indefinite. So I went to the market yesterday and bought some fruits. Buy fruits, wrong buy. Again, buy some fruits. Okay. The next. And for your online classes, how will you apply live speaking correction? So while the student is speaking, you must correct them on the spot or after he has given his performance or she has given her performance. And after that, for example, if student is speaking on cue card, then you will wait for the student's reply and answer. And while that, you must side by side, you must write what the mistakes the student is making, right? And when he finishes his turn or her turn, then you will answer. Then you will correct the mistakes the student is making. This is for online. This is for physical classes. For online classes, recorded speaking responses. Definitely, you will have a session like this. For example, if you want to create the environment, like if you want to take live class on Zoom, then there is no issue. There is no difference. There is no a huge difference between physical classes and online classes, especially for speaking. And for the rest of the modules, there is a difference. The difference is there. Online class application, recorded speaking. If the student have sent you the voice notes, then again, definitely you will listen, and you would give your response in audio form, feedback through audio or written comments. Okay, for example, he has sent you something in voice notes, and you can write over there on that very particular voice notes, you can write the correction of those mistakes. Write correct form. Professional principles. Speaking correction should prioritize communication, clarity over perfection. You don't need perfection in speaking. This rule must be in your mind. This rule must be in your mind. Speaking correction should prioritize communication, clarity over perfection. Right? The next one. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. I'm very energetic today. I don't know why, because I was feeling very low energy before the class. But when I started class, I came into high energy. I don't know why. What happens with me? What happens with me? Easy eye. Oh, sorry. Why I'm reading easy eyes? Level-based error analysis. Now, low band students 4 to 5 bands, and high band students 7 to 9 bands. Right? So you will have to deal with both type of students, the very weak and the very intelligent. Okay. So 4 5 frequent basic grammar errors they will be making. They will be using limited vocabulary. You will avoid 4 to 5 bands. Poor sentence formation, 4 to 5 bands. Correction focus, basic structures. Now you would teach, first of all, them the basic structures. And if you find any student who's extremely or very poor in basic grammar, then you must not recommend him or her IELTS course. You must recommend for him the basic grammar course. Core vocabulary. The key vocabulary you must teach first. Clarity of expression. First, work on their clarity. They must be clear. So, for 4 to 5 bands, I'm going to get a pencil so that it must be very visible for you guys. Frequent basic grammar errors if they are making and using limited vocabulary and poor formation. So, these all things related to the basic grammar issues. So you must teach them, first of all, the basic grammar. The next one. The next one is. High band students, minor grammatical errors they will be making, but even you have to make their correction. Lack of precision, some sort of lack of precision is there. Limited variety in complex structures. They are using less complex structures. You have to prepare them well for, correction focus. For the next level grammar usage, correction focus, advanced vocabulary they must use. Sentence variety. They must use, variety of sentences and accuracy and refinement. Okay, their speech must be accurate and refined, and with practice they can achieve all these things, because I have given you guys all the rules. Professional error analysis must be aligned with student proficiency level. So first, judge their level, and accordingly you have to give your feedback. If you are giving a feedback at band 7, but the student is standing at 4 to 5, you are making a mistake over here. So whatever the mistakes he's making, living at his level, you make the corrections over there. You don't tell him that, no, you must use these high grammar or complex structure sentences. No, it's not right. It's not good. Living or staying at his level, you must correct him or herself. Okay, next one, error correction techniques. Direct correction, provide correct answer. For example, directly you can guide your students. This is your mistake immediately. Okay, suitable for low level learners, because the level of the learner is very low right now. Indirect correction, indicate error without correction, encourage student self correction. Incorrect, for example, and I have told you all the methods how you will correct. Peer correction, students identify errors in each other's work, promotes active learning. So peer correction as well, students identify errors in each other's work. So if the students are in the group form, they will be making correction with respect to their peers. Okay, or for example, generally guide the students sitting in your classroom, generally guide the students that these are the mistakes. Okay, so if so many students are sitting side by side, and even the people will be correcting themselves with the help of lefties and righties. Delayed correction, discuss errors after activity completion. I've already guided you. Avoid interruption during fluency tasks. It will impair the fluency if you again and again interrupt and guide the students while they're speaking. It will impair their fluency. Right? The correction method should match the learning objective and student level. Next one. Using band descriptors in error analysis. You must use band descriptors while, first find out the mistakes and then award them band scores. In writing, task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, which we have already discussed here in this very lecture. So for speaking, the areas are fluency and coherence, lexical resource, pronunciation, and grammatical range. These are 4 areas. And equally, what is the difference? I'm going to get a pencil. Where is that? Come down, please. Yes, here it is. So, task achievement. Okay, here in speaking, there is no task achievement. Fluency and coherence, but here in writing, here coherence and cohesion. In writing, there is no pronunciation. Lexical resource is there. Lexical resource is there. Right? Pronunciation is here, but here is no pronunciation. Grammatical range is here. There is grammatical range here. Also, at this side is. So, writing. The difference is, task achievement, and here it is pronunciation, right? But by the way, task achievement for writing, coherence and cohesion, I've already discussed it. You can watch this video again. Definitely you will watch. So link each error to a band descriptor. Explain how it affects the score. After finding out the mistakes, award them band scores. Band descriptors provide a standard framework for evaluation, and I have already given you guys the band descriptors. Next one. Common mistakes by trainers. Common mistakes. Correcting every mistake. It's actually wrong. Sometimes the students get discouraged when you all the time making correction and ignoring error patterns. And if you all the time ignoring the errors, again, it's not in the benefit of the students. It isn't in the benefit of the students. providing vague feedback. Feedback must be very clear, and it must demonstrate the area in which the students are making the mistakes. No linking arrows to band. No linking arrows to band score. And if they are making the mistakes and you are not linking with band scores. So for example, if they have made some mistakes, for example, 10 mistakes out of 30, then out of 40, 10 mistakes, award them band scores. Recommended approach is that focus on important errors and leave the minor errors. Ignore the minor errors the very first time, because with the passage of time, the students will be making correction. I identify patterns and provide structured feedback. Next one, trainer level insight. Error analysis is a powerful teaching tool that transforms correction into learning. One must not be afraid of mistakes. If one is making mistakes, he will be learning. So learning actually transforms the students towards, making mistakes actually leads the students towards learning and correction. Analyze errors systematically. Provide targeted improvement strategies. Monitor progress over time. Monitor progress with the passage of time. No, I will give you the progress track sheet, but I have prepared, but I don't know where it has gone in my laptop, in my system. So where it has, I was searching one day, but I'll give to you guys so that you can actually measure. And it is actually of 8 weeks, and you can write the students level, band scores level, and the very first stage, and side by side every week you can write down. Okay, write down the progress of the students. Next one, core statement. Effective correction leads to measurable improvement in band scores. This is effective correction leads to measurable improvement. And if you are giving a feedback, or if your correction is effective, then they can measure their improvement in the form of band scores, right? So this is a core statement. So your feedback must be effective. Recap of the session. Trainer, this session has covered concept and importance of error analysis, types of errors in IELTS, writing and speaking error analysis techniques, level-based correction strategies, use of band descriptors in evaluation. Okay, now trainees, this is your assignment, and you would like to, you can have a screenshot of this slide, and then you will prepare an assignment, and you would send it in the group, FAB group, right? So this is the end of this lecture. Now this is the end of this lecture, and now I want to speak some of the beautiful lines. I moved very fast, and this is one of the shortest lectures in our history of this course. Sir Zair, you know very well that most of our lectures went beyond even 1 hour and 30 minutes, 1.5 hours.
Yes, sir.
1.5 hour. So
Yes, sir.
this is one of the shortest lectures in our history. There is no such a thing as a hopeless situation. Every single circumstance of your life can change. You can change your life with a single circumstance. Every moment is important for you guys. So any moment can be responsible for change, right, G? So your thoughts become things. You must have positive thoughts. Ask once, believe you have received. Ask once. It's a very beautiful line. Ask once. You must demand from God only once, and then start believing that you have received. And all you have to do to receive is feel good. For example, must ask, pray to God, then believe that you have received with full feelings. The thing will be your everything that's coming into your life, you are attracting into your life. If you're attracting, sadness into your life, sadness will be coming. If you're happy, you are attracting happiness. Happiness will be coming. Right? Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you. If you can believe it clearly, you can achieve it completely. Right? So you must have a strong belief on God. You will achieve everything. Next sessions will be about teaching high band 7 to 9 versus low band 4 to 5 students. How we can teach students which band, 7 to 9 and 4 to 5 bands. Right? This is the end of the session. Right, Jay? So first of all, who is there? First of all, I'm